Hey everyone, I'm Stefan. This is Graham.
Hey,
This is Travis.
what's up?
And we're the three different ones. Last year we compiled a mass list of albums we think are interesting and talk about them for your enjoyment. And today we're taking one of those albums off that list, and it is Murmur, which was the first studio album by REM that came out back in '83. This is their first project when they were with IRS Records. This is one of the kind of I think it's considered one of the first like alternative rock albums, or at least it helped popularize it. It was very, very well received, and it definitely laid the groundwork for the distinctive sound of REM, particularly Michael Stipe's, not just his singing, his that kind of cryptic voice, but also his just very unorthodox lyrics. More on that here in a sec, and the guitar playing that Peter Buck does, pretty jangly sound. Those are the two that I primarily associate with REM. I like this band a lot. I've heard a lot of their music. I'd never listened to this album, actually. So this was the first time for me. Had either of y'all gone through this one before?
I hadn't in its entirety. I've heard a couple of tracks from it, but I don't think I'd ever sit down and listen to it start to finish.
I remember buying this on iTunes like back in maybe high school.
69.
Yeah,
The summer of.
back in high school, perhaps in the summer. But no, it was because it was on these lists of like, the greatest, alternative or like greatest indie albums or something like that.
Yeah.
And this was considered, by a lot of people, like you were saying, Stefan, kind of like the one of the first, indie rock or alternative rock albums. And yeah, I mean, it's 1983. This doesn't really sound like anything that came out in that time.
No.
My dad was telling me, like, he was a huge REM fan, and this was the first thing that he remembers hearing of theirs in college. And yeah, it was just like, this is totally different than there was a lot of cool stuff coming out around then, like the Cars and Elvis Costello, whatever, but this just had a totally different vibe. And yeah,
To your point about being well received, Stefan, I was just looking at it. It's like 10 out of 10 on basically everything.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Like 5 stars, just A rated, 10 out of 10. I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah.
It's a very
That's awesome.
very well liked album by the critics, by the fans.
Yeah, I also just saw that it beat out Thriller, Synchronicity, and War. Those were all
crazy,
albums from '83.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like all 3 of those bands were pretty well established, I'd say, at that point in time. And then you had these guys come along and just knock it out of the park.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Radio Free Europe, is that like the only song on this album that really got any radio play?
It was definitely a big single for them. I'm not sure how much the other songs got airtime after it came out.
This is the only song I recall ever hearing off this album on the radio.
Yeah.
Talk About the Passion was big.
Yeah.
That's, I feel like, one of their, better known songs. But I mean, it's an album that, I think a lot of people probably have not checked out, because I feel like REM kind of have different like waves of fame where it's like, they really hit their peak fame like it took several albums.
Right.
Like this was 83, but
Yes.
then they were like the biggest band in the world, like in the, I don't know, like, I mean, they had an album in 87, Document, that was huge.
Would you say Automatic for the People was like the peak
I
fame
mean,
for them?
peak fame, I think it might be.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, yeah, because it had, Everybody Hurts, Man on the Moon.
That's the one I think a lot of people, like people who don't even know it's REM, probably know that song.
I think, was it Monster or Monsters?
Yeah,
that
Monster.
was pretty big too, right?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. What's the frequency?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with Automatic for the People.
The pinnacle.
Probably the pinnacle of their fame, and yeah, I mean their sound evolved a lot over time.
Yeah.
This one has very like stripped down, kind of. I don't know. It's a weird album. Like they created their own thing. There's definitely some influences in there, but I can't think of a lot that I would compare it to.
I would say the only thing I could think of was, and it's not even really the songs themselves. It's more Buck's guitar playing. It kind of reminded me of some of the songs I've heard by the Byrds. But I mean the songs are obviously very different from that. It's just I'm just singling out the guitar playing here, but I agree with your point.
Yeah,
it's hard to track the influence.
Sure. And I really like that about this. And
Agreed.
The Byrds were definitely a big influence at the very least on, Peter Buck. You hear a lot of that jangly 12-string Rickenbacker thing.
Yep.
There aren't a lot of there aren't really any guitar solos, I don't think. And I think that was like an intentional choice. They didn't want to, I don't know, that they wanted this to kind of stand out as like a kind of different sounding thing than what was going on at the time.
I watched a couple live videos from like this time period for them, and so I noticed, I guess both guitar and bass were Rickenbackers.
Yeah. Did you see the Letterman clip?
No, I didn't.
Y'all should watch that. I almost sent it to y'all, but yeah, they play Radio Free Europe on Letterman, probably in '83. And it's very cool.
I have to check that out.
That's all I'll say. But yeah, they've got dual Rickenbackers.
Regarding the song, and just like initial thoughts, I was really surprised by how crisp like the recording sound was. It was so good, that's another thing I noted too, is compared to the later albums, I feel like Stipe's a lot more like in the mix. I feel like in the later stuff his vocals were a little louder in the mix. More forward, whereas with this it's just like kind of even level across the board, which I liked. Maybe that kind of ties in your point about being more stripped down.
Yeah, I mean they almost, they were like a stadium rock band, by the time Automatic for the People was out. And I feel like he kind of had more of like a reverby, he kind of became like he felt like more of a front man like later on. Now he just kind of felt like part of their sound.
Exactly. He feels like an instrument to me in this, which I like.
Yes.
He's not overpowering or overshadowing anything else on this album.
I love his voice. It's super unique. It's powerful. It's very, I mean, you can identify it in an instant that it's Michael Stipe. This track I love, and I love that big fat drum sound that starts this thing off.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really odd drum sounds that happen throughout this album that don't necessarily sound like, like a necessarily like a high quality like drum recording. They're kind of like weird. I don't know, like almost like recorded like separately from the drum kit or something. Like somebody who's just like banging on something. I don't know. That could just be my imagination. But did y'all dig this song, Travis? You said
Yes.
you'd heard it before.
Yeah. I like this track.
It's very like tight.
It is, yeah, crisp. It's very, very, very.
Mm-hmm.
And just to point out across all these tracks, I think the bass lines are fantastic.
Yes.
Awesome bass
yeah.
player.
Yes. Mike
Really
Mills is
good.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's carrying that melody like a champ.
They're such a good band.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely.
The next track. So
Pilgrimage.
if I didn't mention, I've heard this album a lot. I know I said that I downloaded it, but
You're a fan.
I remember, sitting down and listening to this song and being like, this is very strange. I had no idea REM, did songs like this. I still think this is a very weird song, Pilgrimage.
Yeah.
I like this track a lot.
I do too.
It's creepy.
I do too.
I like the distant vocals in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Great piano. Kind of, to the point of the Killers album, just that disco drum feel, just that constant bass, kind of, I don't know, kind of danceable in a weird way.
It's kind of an awkward like beat. I never really thought of it as like a disco thing or a dance beat, but I kind of see what you're saying. Like,
just constant.
Right. I'm sure they would have hated to be called disco, but I feel like it's got some kind of different instruments. Like there's I'm trying to pick out what's in there. It's like is there like a little like conga drum or something or
Pilgrimage? I didn't pick up on that.
Not that I recall.
Yeah,
maybe.
I could.
Maybe it's just Tom. No, I think it's just tom hits or something. Kind of during those little verses before the chorus.
Okay.
Little bells. It's just a very strange riff, a very strange beat, and then it breaks into this very like, very nice chorus. It's just kind of like releases all that tension.
Yeah.
As far as the lyrics go, I've always heard the words two-headed cow. Any
I think I heard that in here.
Any idea what that's about?
Oh God. I mean, why I feel like that should almost be a disclaimer with REM. It's like if you don't understand what he's singing about, that means you're listening. Like it's just that's kind of his thing.
And I've read, in a few different places that one of his techniques for writing lyrics just involved like chopping up, words and phrases and like putting them in a hat and just kind of randomly picking them out to like make something.
Dude, didn't Anthony Kiedis do that too?
That's possible.
I think I read somewhere at some point in time that he would just like do that, just pull words and phrases out of a hat.
Yeah.
That's how we got Flip a Flop a Ding Dong.
Flip a Flop a Ding Dong.
That's in the Chili Peppers lyrics?
Who knows?
Oh, what is that? Flip a flop?
It's just gibberish, like Kiedis speak.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that.
Yes.
There's a whole lot of that.
Oh, yeah.
One thing just to note before we move on to Graham's point about the drum sounds, I forgot I read that the drummer used like a drummer booth to record,
Yes,
which
and that's
maybe that kind of has something to do with that sound that you're talking about.
yeah. It's more of an old school way to record drums.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they didn't want this to sound like it was like of the time, and they didn't want to use synths or like kind of the guitar tones of the time.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
for real.
kind of has a timeless feel, and that's what it says they were going for. Like
Yep.
It doesn't feel dated at all.
No, it's unreal. This is their debut studio job.
I know.
Like, just
That's what's cool about alternative. Like when I think of alternative, the genre, I think of REM, and it seems so timeless.
Yeah.
agreed.
What y'all think about laughing?
I
It's
dug it.
catchy. Yeah. I did too.
I didn't.
Yeah.
And
I
too
like
too
the bass.
sappy.
I like
Too
the
mellow.
bass line, but it just didn't do a whole lot for me.
It's a big change from Pilgrimage for sure.
That's a fat bass tone, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, very thick. Two
Yeah.
C's.
PHAT, fat.
Mm-hmm.
It's that Rickenbacker thing.
Yep.
Geddy Lee, Paul McCartney, Lenny.
Mike Mills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Strangely, this is a band where I'm like, okay, I think I know all the members' names. And it's not really one of those bands where you would expect that,
No, but
because they're not flashy.
No, but neither are their names. Like, their names are exactly what they should be for REM.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, Bill Berry. I always get him confused with that comedian Todd Berry. I always want to say Todd Berry.
That sounds like more of the name of a drummer, though, too. Todd Berry.
Yeah, it kind of does.
I would think that's the drummer before Bill Berry.
Yeah. You've got Bill Berry, Peter Buck, Mike Mills, and of course Michael Stipe.
Dude,
Yeah.
every time y'all say Billberry, I'm just thinking Pillsbury.
Yeah, poppin' fresh.
The Billberry Doughboy, man.
Yeah.
I wonder if they made that joke back when they were touring.
Surely.
Are they older than the Pillsbury Doughboy? I always forget how old that thing is.
I mean, I think we all forget how old he is.
Yeah.
I'll look that up for you.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that, talk about the passion.
So I've just got to note one thing on this song that really stood out to me.
Yeah.
I'm curious if y'all noted this as well. It was very Rush-esque to me. The guitar specifically, like very Lifeson, I thought.
That's really...
Huh.
Maybe I'm way out in left field on that, but
I did not think of. I don't.
Now that I'm kind of going through it, like, I see what you're saying. Like the chord voicings kind of have that really odd, like, I mean, if I were to say it sounds like a Rush song, it would be like Closer to the Heart with that 12 string.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. But even kind of later, I don't know. That's an interesting comparison. And
it is.
I would love to know, what they thought about Rush, because it seems kind of like the antithesis of what they were doing here, which is like not, flashy, not a lot of notes.
Yeah.
Short songs. But that would be kind of a fun thing if it was like, yeah, he was really into Alex Lifeson.
Yeah. It's a weird thought too. I mean, this was only 6 years later.
Sure.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is.
They seem
REM's
like
way older than I
decades
was
apart.
thinking.
You know, I mean, just to the point of how timeless this sounds. To think
Sure.
that it was, I mean, that's to think that's it's the same gap from now, 2015 to now. That just does not seem that long ago.
Yeah, and I've got to say, like, I think this track is super strong. I think
Yes.
so far, all 4 tracks we've done are super strong. Like,
Yeah, I like this song.
Same.
Great intro riff.
Yeah, very plucky.
Dude, I really liked Moral Kiosk. I would say,
oh yeah,
I'd say up till this point, this might be the song I like the most.
Mm.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Super cool guitar riff.
Yeah. Real choppy.
I remember thinking that the guitar riff was really annoying
Oh.
when I first got this album, and I think that's why I kind of forgot about this song.
Oh no.
But like, if you stick with it, like, I think it's a cool song, and towards the end there's that kind of swirling, like, I guess you would call it a chorus or something.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got voices kind of coming in all directions, and a little just kind of almost like a little spinning like carousel, or I don't know.
The vocal mix on this song was my favorite part of it, and I like this song a lot. But yeah,
dude, and it's got the just constant kick too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's for me, it's groovable. I like that.
Yep.
Sure. I mean,
there's a weird groove to it.
Yeah, I think this is a really cool song. There's just that one note in the guitar riff that yeah. It's I mean it's super like dissonant and borders on annoying.
It sounds like just speed it up 50% more and put it on a Tony Hawk sound, and
God,
the perfect skater song.
Yeah, it's a little like Primacy or something.
Little psych or what you call it, little rockabilly.
Oh yeah.
I like this track.
Me too.
I do too. I was looking at this album cover. What do y'all think of the album cover?
I like it a lot.
Yeah, that's some kind of plant that I think grew in Georgia. These guys were from Athens, Georgia.
Yes.
Which is like a little, college town, I guess. I feel like it's been known as a music town probably since, REM came out of there.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I don't know. Go ahead.
Kind of creepy. Kind of a creepy cover.
Yes,
I like it.
For
I
sure.
don't know why. Like, I couldn't tell you why, but it just the cover reminds me of Houses of the Holy in some weird way.
I could see that.
Me too.
Me too. Maybe the lighting, just the highlights, like the white levels, I think, can give me a similar feel.
I think that was some photo that I think Michael Stipe took it or something. I read something about him bringing in like a negative photo, with the colors reversed,
right,
or however that works. Kind of creepy, and like I don't think it really gives you a hint of what the music's going to sound like at all.
No,
right?
No,
like it could have been a stoner metal album,
Yeah, it could have, definitely.
It's a little more upbeat, honestly, than I thought it was going to be. Looking at the cover.
Yeah, that's a pretty bleak looking thing.
Very foreboding.
Yeah,
dude, I think stoner metal is the perfect descriptor for what that album cover should represent.
Totally, right? It's these little monsters growing out of the ground or something.
What'd y'all think of Perfect Circle? I didn't have much on this one.
I was shocked that it was on this album, and more shocked that I think the drummer wrote this one.
Oh, did he?
I think Bill Berry is credited with the writing on this one, and the fact that it opens with these these out of sync pianos that were recorded, and it's got that like honky tonk sound. I mean, this was very strange.
It does start off very weird, but then there's this chorus that's very like almost sounds like a later REM song, like very accessible and I don't know, it's ballady,
Yes. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think my favorite parts are probably those kind of, like you were talking about, the weird honky tonk pianos.
Yes.
They sound really nice.
Oh yeah.
This track isn't like I guess not really a standout track on the album for me.
No.
Oh, and by the way, the Pillsbury Doughboy was born in 1965.
Okay. So he is pretty old, yeah.
Yeah. And then his son, Pillsbury, was in REM.
Went on to write Perfect Circle before he had to leave the band.
Yeah.
To go join A Perfect Circle.
God. It's a bit of a step down.
Catapult.
I really liked Catapult.
Yeah.
I love the riff.
Yes.
Had a lot of fun with it.
Great song.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been one of my favorites off this album.
Yeah.
Takes a while to get to the chorus.
Dude, constant kick, man. Do.
Yeah, that's kind of his signature, I guess.
Just a disco machine, I guess.
Yeah. It'll really nice.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh yeah.
Did I lose
you? Got you.
I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't think so. Really nice, guitars, especially on the choruses. These kind of little acoustic, sparkly sounds. I always dug it.
Same. The vocal harmony is very folky, and I like it. It meshes beautifully with Buck's guitar playing.
Yeah, their harmonies are nice.
Yes.
And again, I can't really think of any music that sounds like this. It's got a verse and a chorus, but like it's just super unique.
Very strong rhythm section.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I really liked.
Yeah,
I like Sitting Still too. Nice track.
Yeah.
Great sound.
This kind of sound like kind of a rock song for me, more so than I think most of REM's music does. But yeah, I liked it a lot. I liked the call and response structure. The oh god,
no constant kick, man.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
This one, there is this has a lyric that has been questioned so often. Michael Stipe has actually addressed it. Up to par and Katie bar the kitchen door, but not me in. Michael Stipe is on record saying that doesn't mean anything. He has confirmed it's just words. Like it's just.
That's funny. I think sometimes. I think he said, a lot of some of these songs were like just kind of gibberish, and maybe, they had an instrumental track, chords or whatever, and he was just kind of trying to find what sounded good, and words just kind of come out. That's funny though.
Yeah.
And funny that he actually had to comment on it.
Me too.
People were so
distraught. Needs to be addressed.
Yeah, people were so distraught about that lyric.
They just wanted to know, like it was being interpreted in a lot of different ways, which is definitely what he was thinking when he was putting these in the songs. But yeah, I like the fact that he had to go public about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. Great harmonies too.
Yeah.
The next one, I don't know if it's because there are numbers in the title, but like I can never remember what this song sounds like.
Is it? What is the
I
name? Is it 9 to 9 or is it just
That's what I
9
say.
9? Or okay,
9 to 9.
okay.
This
yeah.
this is easily my favorite song on the album.
Really?
By and large, no comparison. I listened to the song probably 15 times in the past 2 days.
Damn.
Dang.
Yep.
Interesting.
I'm assuming this is your least favorite.
No.
No?
I'm
Dude.
gonna be, not to be an ass kisser, but I'm not sure I had a least favorite song on this album.
Yeah.
I'm the same way, man.
I guess I mean, gun to head, if you waterboard me for an answer, I might say Perfect Circle, but even that one I still enjoyed. So yeah.
Dude, this
9 to 9. What about it?
Go ahead, Graham.
Oh, I was gonna say it's got some cool like guitar riffs. Like I can totally see why you would dig this one.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of energy.
Dude, the chorus in this song to me is just like that is like the definition of the REM sound. I feel like, for me at least. It's just amazing. Like I couldn't get it. I wish it would have never ended.
Yeah.
I just absolutely loved it. I like this so much that, I mean, this is not fair to the rest of the album, but like I could barely even take notes on the 3 tracks that follow.
Hey,
like this just it just hit the right way for me, and everything else that came after it was like I just kept comparing it back to this song, and it wasn't this song.
That's cool, man.
The song was an 11 out of 10 for me, personally.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's a cool track. It's never stood out to me quite like that, but nothing wrong with it. Definitely got some interesting things to kind of pick apart.
I love when I hear something for the first time and I instantly have to go listen to it again, because it doesn't happen often.
Yeah, I know what
and
you mean.
It just hit the right way.
Yeah,
I'm listening to the chorus right now, actually.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just loved it. Sorry.
One of no, and yeah, I was gonna say if I were to make any comparison with like another band, maybe early U2.
Yeah, I could see that.
It of course doesn't have the edge, guitar tone, but like I feel like the rhythm section has a little bit of a U2 vibe, especially in this song.
It does, definitely.
Yeah, just real deep bass. Yeah, pretty heavy rhythm section.
Dude, it's just a jam.
Yeah.
And the drums too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Talk about that one all day. What y'all think about Shaking Through?
Love it. Always thought this was like one of my favorites on the album. I love the intro, especially that 12-string guitar. I don't know, the 12-string always just sounds so nice, so beautiful.
I really like the chorus on this song.
Yeah.
He's got that kind of like he's nasally and a little. I don't know. It's not like conventionally good voice, but like he's so like I don't know, powerful and interesting that I'm into it.
I loved the overdubbed vocals on this one. The piano was so light, but it was crisp enough. It was just a nice little treat they sprinkle in for you.
Yeah.
I mean, the drumming. I mean, we've been on it, but I loved the sound in this one for whatever reason. It stood out. The little light tap was just perfect on shaking through, and the outro of this song was really surprising.
Oh, the slowdown.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I thought we were fading out, and they brought it back, and I thought that was cool.
That is a cool effect.
Yeah. This is a just start to finish is totally enjoyable. Love the song.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that outro because that is a super cool, like just weird little. I I almost wonder if that's like some riff that somebody came up and they're like, we gotta like stick that somewhere.
I'm glad they did. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Did you like kind of the reverse vocal that
Yeah.
happens?
Yes, I did. I mean, you can't tell what the guy's singing anyway. So I love the
Right.
fact that they gimmick his voice up. I think that's a great call on the producer's part or whoever recommended that. Probably Stipe himself, honestly.
Yeah. Right. Because it's like it starts singing and like he just holds a note like forever and then they reverse it. A real kind of weird choice.
Yeah, yeah.
I
That's
love this song.
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I like We Walk, but it
Yeah.
kind of sounds like the theme song from a Christmas variety show. It's
Yeah.
the I think the guitar, the jingly quality kind of it took on kind of a different feel in this one.
Mm.
The bass definitely helped give it some balance, but this was I don't know, this song kind of weirded me out a little bit.
It's a different kind of bouncy feel. Yeah, it's kind of perfect with the title, We Walk.
Yeah.
Like that little, I don't know what you would call it, a little verse or whatever, just kind of dun 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 dun, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Travis, anything on We Walk?
It was okay. I didn't dislike it, but I didn't love it.
I've got no complaints about it.
Same.
This we're at the second to last track, and not to spoil anything, but yeah, I don't know if there's a bad song on this album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an incredible debut.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. In terms of the debut albums we've covered, I'd say this tops Outlandos, Dimore.
Ooh, that's a good. I was thinking about that album too, and I was kind of hoping y'all would like it.
Yeah.
Close to as much. I don't know what I would say I like better. I might like this one slightly better, but I think that those are super strong.
They're both great.
Yeah. Yeah. Not to knock the Police. I mean, my gosh, that album's great.
Yeah. Back the Blue. I think this last song might be if I were to pick one that I'm just kind of the least enthused about, maybe West of the Fields.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was kind of a flat finish. I thought.
Right.
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't have much on that one.
Yeah, I just had quick beat, just shifts right into lyrics. I think the bass line's kind of cool, but nothing about it really broke out for me.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that I kind of prefer this era of REM like to the later one.
Definitely.
Like I definitely have songs that I like as they went on, but I really love the feel of this album. It just feels so original and I don't know. It's just really.
Is this a 10 out of 10 for you?
It is, man. 10 out of 10. What about you?
I think it might be the same.
Yeah.
Because it's there's just so much here, and I mean there's so much to go through in these songs. I mean, I'm gonna have to listen to 9 to 9 more today because of Travis's review, and like we haven't even got into the fact that this is a pretty short album.
It
All
is.
things, I mean, they get right to it. Like it's very easy to listen to this album, and with so much on it like that, I feel like that really elevates it in my mind, that they were able to, and the fact that it was their first freaking time in the studio. That's it's an insane achievement on their part.
Agreed. It flies by perfectly, spaced out, and the pacing is great.
Yeah,
love it.
Yep, same. And I would absolutely recommend it to anybody.
Yeah.
Absolutely anybody.
Right. Same here. And I don't feel like I always say that about albums I like, but yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
Listen to Murmur. You heard it here first.
I think I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I'm glad. This is one I've known for a long time. And I was glad to revisit it, and I was like, man, that all these songs are kind of coming back to me. Like, it was that memorable.
I definitely need to spend some more time with it.
Yeah,
Same.
Would recommend
for sure. Yeah. Beautiful album. Yeah, that's all I've got. Any other thing you want to say on Murmur?
No. Do it up.
All right. Well, if you're still with us, go listen to Murmur. Go listen to it right now and talk about it. And talk about us. 3 different ones. Like, subscribe, share the episode, share where you heard about us, get the word out. We're 3 different ones, and we'll be back soon. So come to see us. We'll see you.